Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel today. Now, I thought I'd speak about a case which has hit the news back in July when it went to the Old Bailey. Okay, and there's this couple who have just been sentenced for the manslaughter of our child. So what I'm going to do is read what the Metropolitan Police have said. Okay, so this is what they've actually said. A couple who were arrested following a police search across the UK from Manchester, that's where they were, have been sentenced for killing their newborn baby. So Mark Gordon, 51, and a Constance Marten, who's 38, both no fixed abode address, lived outside in a tent in freezing conditions with their baby Victoria. The court heard they went on the run with Victoria to evade the authorities after their previous 4 children were taken into care. Don't know the grounds of why they were taken into care, but they were taken into care. After a 53-day search across the UK, they were arrested in Brighton. Okay, I believe they caught a taxi from Manchester down to London and then made their way down to Brighton on the 27th of February 2023. And officers, and this is the terrible bit, officers later found the body of their child in a shopping bag at an allotment where they had been living. Now, my question is this. Now, I have 2 main questions, and I may be being a bit unfair here. Because one, what the hell were social services doing? If you've already taken 4 children into care of theirs, and you know she's pregnant again, as in the mother, why the hell aren't you monitoring her? Checking what she's getting up to? Because when you look at these 2 people, they don't look like the average Joe. They don't look like law-abiding citizens or anything. And I may be being a bit harsh, but they don't when you actually look at them. And it's not just the mugshots. I've seen other pictures of them and everything. Due to running newspaper, I've been sent lots of pictures by police and other ways that I've seen photos of them. They don't look like the average law-abiding citizen. So that's my first question. Is this a case that arguably maybe the NHS have failed? Because the NHS could have always got social services involved. And I can say this myself because it's not something I normally talk about. Now, I've got 7 children altogether. 6 biological. And one's my stepdaughter. My stepdaughter's a lovely girl. She really is a lovely girl. Don't anybody tell her I said that. Might get her a big head. You know, my oldest daughter, which is my stepdaughter, she's 24. And then my next daughter, which is my biological daughter, it's one that I don't see. She's 16, and then the rest of them are 10, 9, 8, 5, and 1. Now, when my wife was pregnant with my 1-year-old, he's 2 in a couple months' time now. Okay, she had to go and see the consultant, and they noticed these bruises on her legs, and they could tell that they had got there somehow. What the doctors didn't realise, because they were going to call social services about this, looking back at it, it was quite funny. For those that don't know, I suffer from epilepsy. I have 3 types of epilepsy. And one of the types of epilepsy that I suffer from causes me to have... The easiest way to explain it is like when you have a nervous twitch. And as I'm waking from deep sleep to mild sleep, my leg can kick out. And sometimes my wife will get kicked. And everybody knows about this. So if anybody ever sees a bruise on my wife, they know exactly why it is. And my wife's always been open about it. And I've known about it, my doctors know about it, and everybody knows that she gets the odd bruise now and then from me kicking her. And there's nothing I can do about it, short of me sleeping on the floor, which my kids would be very happy about. And the consultant was going to call social services because they thought I was abusing her. So if they can do it for something as mild as that, if you've got a case like this, why the hell didn't they call social services in? Even if social services weren't aware she was pregnant again. So that's question number one. Question number two is this. Now, in my book, it's not manslaughter, it's bloody murder. The problem is it's not murder because they probably haven't intentionally killed the child. Or very much they didn't. But most people were selfish anyway when it comes to their children. And I can think of people, but I will say that are selfish. Like, for instance, my ex-girlfriend, who's refused to allow me to see my daughter for the last 16 years. Yes, I am talking about you, Sophie, and you can go and sue me if you don't like it. Which is to my 16-year-old daughter, Amy, which I've never seen. Yeah, you can sue me for that. I don't care. But this is the thing that really annoys me. And I want people to tell me, is this justice? Is this good old-fashioned British justice? Because Mark Gordon, the father, got 18 years in jail. The mother, Constance Marten, now she comes from a privileged background. You know, she's not the kind of person that grew up on a council estate or anything. She came from privilege. She came from money. She got 14 years in jail. And considering they stuffed the baby in a shopping bag and left it on an allotment, is that right? Is that enough? Now, that may be the maximum that the judge can actually give out. I don't honestly know. I'm not a judge at the end of the day, and I've never worked in the judiciary system. But is that enough? So what I want people to do, let me know, do you think they've actually got enough time? Or do you think the judiciary system have been soft on them? And the second question I've got for you is, did the NHS and arguably maybe social services fundamentally fail? Because if social services had been brought in, arguably none of this would have happened. That kid would still be alive. Arguably it may be in a care home or something like that, but it certainly wouldn't be dead. So let us know in the comments down below what you think. But for now, thanks for listening, and we'll speak to you again a bit later.